There's that one. Okay. But yeah, it's like, it makes me curious to see that now. Knowing that would have been done probably just 1 to 3 years before Charlie's Farm.
Yep, this one seemed very frustrating for him.
But the result's so satisfying.
Yeah. NC-17.
Whoa, yeah. That Daddy's Little Girl?
Yeah, it's
that's not the kind of movie.
It's a stranger wait, in a time when stranger danger is ever present, a single father learns that it's the one you trust are the scariest.
Oh, I don't know if I want to watch this now. Well, I'll support Chris' son, maybe.
Yeah, maybe watch the trailer, see if it's worth it.
See the trailer. But yeah, again, I'm excited to see what he does next. This is one of those scenarios, it's funny, sometimes though people fall off the radar. I hope that doesn't happen to him. But again, he's done a few movies now. 2 with Nathan Jones that got a lot of love from the horror community. Like I actually, because I saw another horror movie just right before this podcast. I saw Lake Mungo, which I've been meaning to get around to.
That's good.
And I heard about it on like Horror Movie Podcast or something. And so I'm like, okay, let's go watch that. And I loved it. I looked up that director. That director only ever did Lake Mungo. Yeah. Now, I don't know why. I didn't care to research why. I just knew I couldn't see another movie from them. But that's just a shame that someone did something so interesting and never did another for some reason. Yeah, so Chris' son, I hope you make 18 more.
Universal picked this up. He's got good backing. He went to Fright Fest in London where there was a great response for the movie. I think this experience helped him learn a lot of, so he had done smaller films, but getting into the practical effects and learning that frustration. I mean, I'm sure he had done that with Charlie's Farm and other movies, but I think he's picking genre movies to kind of refine his skills, and he seems very smart, and his movies are so cheap, and actors like him, he uses the same kind of core actors, that he could probably get actors on the cheap in Australia, get funding, and then sell the distribution rights. I mean, this got an exclusive release on Shudder that a lot of people are going to get eyes on. Universal released it. So, I mean, this guy's got a good upward trajectory. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. Either way, super stoked at whatever he does next.
And Lake Mungo's on Tubi too, so if you guys want to watch Tubi, that's a good one to watch. So
yeah, Lake Mungo though, fair warning, if you're telling yourself, man, they mentioned this great horror movie. It is a horror movie, but go into it thinking you're going to watch unsolved mysteries made into a movie with an R rating with horror components. Like you can't expect like the Crazy Ghost movie.
Yeah, you're right.
But
it's not Mama.
Yeah, it's not. There's not one jump scare in the whole movie. There's not really any scare in the whole movie. It's a little eerie. It presents itself literally as a documentary, not a mockumentary, a documentary for real. You don't meet the filmmakers. It's none of that. But yeah, two interesting Australian films. So I really love Boar. And honestly, waiting 2 years and building up a lot of hype, which is generally unfair to do to a movie, I honestly, in the end, feel like it delivered. It exceeded my expectations in many ways. The performances, the congeniality, the writing, the creature effects. Even if the CGI was movie of the week, it's still liked what they did with it. So I really love this movie.
So 1 out of 5 tusks, what would you give it?
Like 4, and the 5th is broken off halfway.
I love it.
You got to have a broken tusk on this thing. But really, if you're going in, I mean, it's called Boar. You're not seeing a film. If like some highbrow film, there's nothing high concept here. So if you go in knowing that, I'll call it a 5 tusker. If we're just comparing it in the horror genre in general for entertainment value, I'll give it a 4.5.
Hey, there it is.
I really like this.
Well, this was fun, man. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's up?
I just wanted to say thanks again, Johnny Num. Always very supportive. He and Billy Crash, they gave us a really kind shout out a couple episodes ago in their podcast, The Last Knock on CrashPalace.com. They were talking about an indie film, Piercing. And on Twitter, at Grim Horror with 2 M's, and author John F. Leonard, whose horror work is found on Amazon. They both just share our material. They never ask us for anything. They share everything that we do all the time, engage in some pleasant exchanges as well on Twitter. So they're very kind people in the horror community as well. So thanks so much to them. Thanks to the guys of The Last Knock, Billy Crash and Johnny Num, and also Dirty D and Zane, the filmmaker out of Pennsylvania, for their listener questions.
Yeah, thank you for all that. And I'd like to thank myself for my great questions.
And your great editing. You've been editing and hosting. You've hosted this pod for the longest time, right?
Yeah,
now it's been
100 episodes.
2 years? Yeah. Editing.
It's a good skill to have, know how to edit. I'm really happy I actually taught myself how to do all this. It's a good skill to have. So It's fun. And there's going to be some surprises for you, John, coming up. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let it be a surprise, but I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by one of the guests coming up soon.
A guest coming up.
But I'm not going to tell you who. You're going to be surprised.
Is it Nathan Jones?
Yeah. Hey, our next, this is episode 205, 206. But listen to the episode 200 that John and I did. We talked about Soldier, had a lot of fun on that. But all right. I was going to tell you, Soldier's coming out. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, if this is the first episode you're listening to, go back a few episodes to episode 200 and listen to us talk about Kurt Russell. And then listen to us talk about Kurt Russell in episodes 160, 175, 150, maybe 100, number 50, and 1 and 2.
There it is. Lots of Kurt Russell. and we're doing Tombstone for 225.
Done. And can I just put in, I know you normally like to do it with voting. When we do 250, can we do the thing?
Yeah, of course.
Do the thing.
Sold. So we got Tombstone and the thing coming up.
All right.
No one could be disappointed with the thing.
Part of me says everyone's done that, and then the other part of me is not everyone listens to a lot of podcasts like I do. So if someone just happens to listen to ours and then another about prudent investing, they will have never heard a episode on the thing unless they heard ours.
And also that gives me time to find every piece of data on the thing, so we can just.
You're gonna need to go to the Library of Alexandria. There's thousands of pages.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna know so much stuff about the thing. So not only will we just be talking about the thing, we'll be dropping. It'll be a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Hey, so this is Mark Hoffmeyer and John Leavengood for Movies, Films, and Flicks. And we'll see you next week.